I am that I am. Each day you utter some of the most powerful words, often without realizing their impact. These words don't merely define who you are, they shape who you become. Whether spoken in quiet uncertainty or bold conviction, I am is more than a phrase. It's a sacred imprint reverberating through your body, mind, and the unseen fabric of existence. Across time, from ancient wisdom keepers to modern quantum scholars, one truth remains. Identity is not just observed, it is created. You do not wait for transformation, you proclaim it, and in doing so, you summon reality to align with that declaration. This is the silent force behind every shift, every miracle, and every descent. It begins not with effort, but with intention. It begins with I am. When Moses sought the name of the divine, the reply was neither a title nor a hierarchy. It was a declaration, a profound truth, coded in simplicity. I am that I am. A declaration of presence. This was never just a name. It was a declaration of presence, an embodiment of pure being, an invocation of infinite becoming. And whether you realize it or not, you've been echoing that sacred truth with every utterance of I am. This audiobook is more than a guide to the mechanics of identity and manifestation. It is a spiritual initiation, a revelation of the hidden force behind your thoughts, your words, and the reality they shape. Here you will meet the creator behind the veil, you. By the end of this journey, I am will no longer be spoken lightly. You will claim it with certainty, depth, and unwavering intention, and the universe will respond in kind. The original name, I am that I am. Before names, doctrines, and divisions shaped the world, there was only being. At the core of being lies something beyond words, a pure, unshaken awareness. I am. When Moses stood before the burning bush and asked, "Who shall I say sent me?" the answer was not a title, nor an identity as humans perceive. It was a declaration. I am that I am. 4 simple words, yet they contain infinite creative power, not a label, not a hierarchy, but a living statement of existence itself. This revelation was more than the name of God. It unveiled a universal truth. Conscious awareness of being is the force behind all creation. And here's the sacred mystery. That same force is within you. I am is not a description, it's a decree. Every time you utter, I am tired, I'm not enough, or I am fortunate, you are not merely describing a fleeting experience. You are issuing a directive, a declaration to your subconscious, to the universe, and to every cell that shapes your being. I am that I am. The words I am are not passive. They are an energetic command, a forceful vibration projected into the creative field of existence. You are not just speaking, you are directing reality. The universe does not respond to longing, it responds to identity. Desire alone is powerless. I hope is a whisper, but I am is thunder. It is mastery. It is divine authorship. The sacred mystery of name and power. Across ancient traditions, names were more than identifiers. They were vessels of power. To know the true name of something was to hold influence over it, not by superstition, but by energetic law. Your ultimate name is not John or Sarah. Your name is I am, a creative force that shapes how you see, feel, and manifest reality. This is why mystics guarded the I am presence, not because it was hidden, but because its power was too great to be spoken carelessly. DNA science and the power of I am. Even modern science affirms the profound link between belief and identity. In neuroscience, the reticular activating system, RAS, functions as a cognitive filter, taking your I am statements and scanning reality for validation. Declare, I am unlucky, and your brain will unconsciously search for proof. Declare, I am resilient, and it will amplify resilience in your focus, choices, and experiences. Your biology shifts, your energy recalibrates, your environment aligns. This is not wishful thinking. It is the architecture of cognition and creation. Why this matters now. The keys have always been in your hands, yet most people use them unconsciously. They say, I'm always struggling. I am terrible at relationships. I'm too late, too lost. And the universe simply responds, as you wish. This realization is here to shift you from passive identity creation to intentional authorship. Because once you grasp the power of I am, you can no longer afford to speak from doubt or limitation. Every word you declare is a foundational stone in the reality you are constructing. So ask yourself, are you unconsciously repeating your past or consciously shaping your future? The final reflection. Speak it with breath, not just in thought, but aloud. I am aware. I am the creator. I am that I am. You are not defined by your circumstances. You are not bound by your thoughts. You are not written by your past. You are the I am beyond them all. This is just the beginning. We'll now unravel how the unconscious I am can become a cage and how to move from passive conditioning to intentional creation. If you're still here, know this. Your journey into the depth of true identity has only just begun. Identity is destiny. How I am shapes your world. Your perception of me mirrors you. My response to you reveals me. Each day we shape our reality, not through grand declarations, but through something far more subtle, the words we tell ourselves, especially the ones that begin with I am. I am exhausted. I am unlucky. I'm just not that kind of person. I'm trying. These statements may seem insignificant, ordinary, but embedded within each one is a blueprint, an unconscious program that molds the way we think, feel, act, and ultimately experience life. Every I am is a seed. Every I am statement is a seed planted in the fertile ground of consciousness. Say it once, and the soil stirs. Repeat it, and the roots begin to take hold. Infuse it with emotion, and it flourishes into belief. And once belief takes form, it shapes the lens through which you experience life, colouring how you see people, opportunities, and challenges. You don't just say, I am anxious. You perceive the world through anxiety. You filter life through that identity. This is why identity shapes destiny. Because once you declare, I am, everything within and around you shifts to prove you are right. The self-fulfilling nature of identity. Your subconscious mind listens to you, literally. It doesn't evaluate or edit what you say. It accepts it as truth and begins aligning your behavior and perception accordingly. I'm bad with money. Trains your brain to overlook opportunities and repeat spending patterns. I'm unlucky in love. Filters out aligned partners and draws in relationships that validate your pain. I'm too old, too shy, not enough. Each one becomes a script that you begin to live out over and over again. These aren't just words, they are contracts, and most of us sign them without reading the fine print. Real life shifts through transformation. Consider a man who spent years declaring, I'm a procrastinator. He wasn't just delaying tasks, he saw himself as someone who struggled to complete things. But when he replaced this with, I am someone who follows through, his habits gradually reshaped to align with his new identity. Or take a woman who once believed, I'm just not creative. She started journaling casually, shifting her words to, I am learning to express myself. Over time, I am creative no longer felt distant. It felt true. Today, she is a published poet. These transformations aren't random. They are the direct result of shifting I am. Your actions follow identity. Your surroundings mirror it, and inevitably your results rise or fall to meet the standard of who you declare yourself to be. From worlds to embodied reality. Many try to transform their lives by shifting actions first, but actions disconnected from identity rarely endure. If you seek change, don't just modify behaviour, shift who you are being. Instead of attempting to become more confident, affirm, I am confident. Rather than saying, I want to be successful, declare, I am already living success. At first, these words may feel unfamiliar, even unnatural, but repetition carries power. It reshapes your internal dialogue, and just like a muscle, your identity strengthens with intentional use. Watch your mouth. You're speaking your future. There's a reason ancient mystics, modern neuroscientists, and quantum physicists all agree on one thing. Your thoughts create your reality, but more accurately, your identity anchors it. So, from this moment forward, ask yourself, what am I declaring daily? And more importantly, is it in alignment with the life I say I want? Neurology of I am, rewiring self-perception. The brain doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's consistently imagined. Joe Dispenza. Previously, we explored how every I am statement plants the seed of identity. But what allows that seed to take root? That answer lies in your neurology. This chapter delves into the science of why your brain absorbs everything you say about yourself, even the falsehoods. We'll examine how identity is formed, how neuroplasticity makes transformation possible, and how to disrupt outdated I am patterns that no longer serve you. It's time to move beyond awareness into profound, lasting change from the inside out. Your brain believes you every time. Your subconscious doesn't debate or question. It listens and accepts. When you say, I'm not enough, or I'm always failing, or I'll never get this right. Your mind takes it as truth. No sarcasm, no filtering, no interpretation. It simply processes the statement as an instruction. Like a computer running code, your brain executes whatever command you feed it, whether that code expands your potential or restricts it. This is why careless self-talk matters. Each time you repeat a limiting belief, you reinforce neural pathways that bind you to it. Neuroplasticity, the brain's power to evolve. Your brain is not static, it adapts. This is neuroplasticity, the nervous system's ability to rewire itself through experience, repetition, and intention. Each time you declare a new I am statement, you aren't just speaking, you are creating. You are forging new neural pathways, reshaping the landscape of your mind, and interrupting entrenched cycles of doubt and limitation. Picture saying, I am confident for the first time. The brain responds, that's unfamiliar. Repeat it with conviction, with emotion, with persistence, and soon it whispers back, perhaps this is who we are now. This is the blueprint. New identity, repeated signal, physical brain transformation. It isn't wishful thinking. It is the mechanics of cognition. Techniques to rewire I am narratives. Since the brain internalizes whatever you declare, let's make those declarations deliberate. Here's a simple but powerful technique to shift your self-perception at the neurological level. The mirror method. Stand before a mirror, meet your own gaze, and speak your I am statements out loud. Why it works. Direct eye contact activates the emotional centers of the brain, making affirmations more impactful. This practice also disrupts self-doubt and judgment, two major barriers to identity transformation. Try. I am worthy. I am stepping into my highest self. I am open and safe to receive. Repeat daily. Say it with conviction, even before you fully believe it. Affirmation reversal technique. Recognize a limiting I am belief that you've been reinforcing. Then consciously flip it to affirm the opposite. For example, instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, pause and shift the narrative. That's an outdated belief. I now choose to affirm, I am more than enough. Why this works? This practice engages the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for intentional decision making, allowing you to disrupt subconscious patterns and rewire your mindset in real time. Identity journaling. Begin each morning by writing 3 to 5 I am statements that embody the person you are becoming, rather than just expressing hopes. Ground these affirmations in real life experiences, no matter how small. For example, I am focused. I successfully completed my project yesterday. I am resilient. I navigated a difficult conversation with calm and clarity. Why it works. Your brain constructs identity through both repetition and evidence. Journaling strengthens these neural pathways, reinforcing your self-concept with tangible proof. Visualization with identity anchoring. Close your eyes and immerse yourself in the vision of your future self, fully embodying the life you desire. Then ask yourself, who must I become to step into this reality? I am that. I am. Now declare it. I am already that version of myself. I am in harmony with the reality I seek. I am living it now. When your inner world shifts into alignment, the external world naturally flows. Repetition plus emotion equals neural rewiring. Formula for transformation. Repetition lays the foundation. Emotion amplifies the imprint. The more passionately you affirm your new identity, the quicker your brain adapts. Why it works. Emotion triggers neurochemicals like dopamine and acetylcholine, strengthening neural pathways for lasting change. This explains why affirmations sometimes fall flat. It's not just the words, but the energy behind them. Speak with conviction, embody the feeling, let the transformation unfold. Shift your focus, nourish the new. You don't need to battle every old I am belief you've held. Simply stop reinforcing them. Instead, redirect your energy toward cultivating new, empowering identities. From this moment forward, let every I am be a command to your brain, a signal to the universe, a declaration of who you are choosing to become. Because the most transformative words you will ever speak are the ones you say about yourself. Embodiment, living from future you. To be is to become. The future isn't something you wait for, it's something you become now. In the previous chapter, we explored how I am rewires the brain and shifts identity at the subconscious level. But awareness alone is not enough. The real shift happens when you embody the version of you who already has what you're calling in, not just in theory, but in how you walk, think, speak, and respond to life. This is embodiment. This is living from the end. Today we're diving into one of the most profound truths of manifestation. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. The quantum nature of reality. Reality isn't a rigid, predetermined path. It's a field of infinite possibilities, shaped by observation, intention, and most importantly, vibration. From this perspective, the future isn't something waiting to unfold. It already exists in potential. Your energetic frequency dictates which version materializes into form. In essence, to shift your experience, you must first embody the version of yourself aligned with that reality. This is where I am transcends affirmation. It becomes identity in motion. Claiming abundance versus seeking it. Consider these two statements. I want abundance. I am abundant. While they seem similar, their energetic impact is vastly different. The first statement places abundance in the future, subtly reinforcing the belief that it's not yet present. And when you vibrate at not here, it remains not here. The second, I am abundant, anchors abundance in the present. It's not a wish, but a declaration of truth, even if external circumstances have yet to reflect it. You are signaling to the quantum field that abundance is already your state of being. It's not about pretending, it's about pre-living. Embodiment in action, becoming before seeing. To step into your future self, start by asking, how would I move if I was already successful? How would I speak if I fully trusted the universe? What choices would I make if I truly believed I am worthy? You're not waiting to arrive. You are practicing presence now. How to embody this shift? Speech. Speak with certainty. This is unfolding perfectly. That's already mine. Posture. Let your energy express confidence. Spine tall, shoulders open, breath steady. Thoughts. Interrupt doubt and reinforce identity-based language. That's not who I am anymore. I am. The goal is full alignment between words, feelings, and movement, because transformation begins with embodiment. The feedback loop of reality. When you embody the version of yourself who already possesses what you seek, something profound unfolds. Your world begins to align with it. Reality doesn't respond to outdated narratives. It mirrors your current vibration. If you radiate confidence, worthiness, abundance, and peace, your external reality must reflect those frequencies. This isn't just an idea, it's the mechanics of consciousness in action. And the longer you hold that identity, the deeper the transformation becomes. Daily embodiment practice. The future me is. A simple yet transformative ritual. Close your eyes. Once again, envision your future self. Radiant, successful, healthy, abundant. Tune into that energy. How would you speak? How would you move? What choices would you make? Now open your eyes and affirm, I am already this version. Today I choose to embody it with my words, actions, and presence. Throughout the day, pause and ask, does this thought align with the version of me I'm stepping into? Would my future self say yes or no to this? This isn't about striving for perfection. It's about attuning to energetic congruence, moment by moment. Embodiment versus performance. Key distinction. Embodiment isn't performance. You're not acting to convince the universe. You're returning to your purest essence. This is who you already are, beneath layers of fear, conditioning, and hesitation. Embodiment is the bridge between possibility and tangible reality. When you live as if your vision is already real without requiring external proof, you shift into magnetism. You're no longer chasing the outcome. You're drawing it to you simply by being. And this is mastery in motion. The universe doesn't grant wishes, it mirrors identity. You can meditate, journal, visualize, and affirm endlessly, but if your thoughts, actions, and choices still align with the old version of you, the universe has no foundation for delivering change. However, when you fully embody the version of yourself who already has it, the world must follow suit. In the quantum field, the script isn't waiting to be written. It already exists. Your only task is to step into it. The power of declarations. Words cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Each day you speak, whether aloud or in your mind. But what you might not realize is that your words, especially those shaped by I am, are not merely reflections of the present moment. They are declarations of identity. Your I am isn't a casual statement. It's a command to the universe, a vibrational imprint, a spell of creation. So when you unconsciously declare, I'm exhausted, I'm just not good at that, I'm broke, I'm anxious, I'm always behind, you're embedding these beliefs into your identity, and identity shapes your destiny. Words are not just descriptions, they are instructions. Choose them wisely. Language as daily alchemy. Imagine wielding a sacred wand, one that instantly brings to life whatever it touches. Would you casually direct it towards things you don't want? Of course not. Yet that's precisely what happens when you declare, I'm not smart enough, I'll never figure it out, I'm unlucky in love. Each statement plants seeds in your energetic field, and through repetition they take root, whether consciously intended or not. This is why Neville Goddard and countless mystics emphasize the importance of guarding your words, not from fear, but from awareness. To speak I am carelessly is to unintentionally misdirect your creative force. Choose your words like the magic that they are. Detoxing the language of powerlessness, a practical approach to shifting your narrative. Cultivate awareness. Begin observing your I am statements, especially in everyday conversations. What do you tend to say when tired, frustrated, or joking? Interrupt the pattern. When you catch yourself saying something like, I'm a mess today, pause and reframe. I feel a bit scattered, but at my core, I'm grounded and clear. Why it matters? Emotions are fleeting, but identity endures. Speak from the version of yourself you are choosing to embody, not the temporary state you're experiencing. Replace with powerful truths. Speak truth that elevates, even when your current self hesitates to believe it. Begin declaring higher truths. Bridge affirmations like, I'm learning, I'm growing stronger each day, I open to receive clarity. Even in doubt, I am held and guided. These are not illusions, they are thresholds, gateways to possibility, gently leading you from contraction into becoming. Remember, feel it, don't just say it. Words alone do not alchemize. Feel them. Let them rise from your inner being. When you whisper, I am confident, close your eyes and become the version of you who knows that truth. Let the declaration move from thought into embodiment, anchored in sensation, not performance. The grace of loving precision. This isn't a call to censor real experience or perform positivity. It's a return to sacred accuracy. Language shapes reality. Reframing how we speak of ourselves is an act of deep compassion. Rather than, I am anxious, say, I am feeling waves of anxiety, and beneath them, I am calm and aware. Instead of, I keep failing, try, I'm learning, I am transforming, I am moving forward with grace. This gentle precision liberates. It helps you step out of old identities and into the luminous self that is already forming. Every word is becoming. You're always declaring who you are with every sentence you speak. The only question is, to which version of yourself are you lending your voice? Let your words be spells of remembrance, spoken with intention tenderness, and power. You are constantly casting the shape of your becoming. It's never a question of if you're using I am, but in what direction it's leading you. Each word spoken feeds either the part of you that's rising or the one that's retreating. Transformation begins not with doing, but with noticing. Language is energy. Use it like sacred medicine. Speak as if your soul is listening, because it is. The sacred pause after the I am. You've spoken the words, I am abundant. I am whole. I am divine love. Now comes the forgotten magic, the stillness that follows. Just as seeds need silence to take root, your declarations need space to breathe, settle, and become. This is the sacred exhale, the moment where trust begins, not in doing, but in being, not in forcing, but in allowing. Hold yourself from digging it up too soon with doubt or worry. Let the vibration of what you've claimed echo into the unseen. Let it root in the fertile soil of surrender. The pause is part of the becoming. The sacred silence after the declaration, after the word, the waiting, after the planting, the pause. You've made the declaration. You've said, I am wealthy. I am healed. I am love. Now what? This is the part few people talk about, the sacred stillness after the declaration, the energetic exhale, the moment when you must trust that the seed has been planted and resist the urge to dig it up every 5 minutes to see if it's growing. Why stillness is the power. Stillness isn't doing nothing. It's a deep embodied trust in the unseen. When you speak an I am declaration, you send a signal into the quantum field, a subtle vibrational request that begins shaping your reality from the inside out. But here's the trap. We begin in doubt. We check. We overanalyze. We hover over the manifestation, questioning its arrival. This constant energetic interference disrupts the transmission. Stillness is the allowing. Imagine placing a sacred order with the universe. You wouldn't keep storming back into the cosmic kitchen saying, are you sure you got it right? Or maybe I should just do it myself. Yet energetically, that's what many of us do, interrupting the magic with our mistrust. Stillness is allowing. It's where faith breathes. It's how we let the sacred recipe unfold in divine timing, honouring the void. In nearly every mystical tradition, from Hermeticism to Buddhism to the teachings of the Desert Fathers, there is a reverence for the void, the space between thought and manifestation, the gap between intention and realization, the pause between I am and it is done. The void can feel uncomfortable. It can feel like nothing is happening. But in truth, it is where everything is happening, beneath the surface, beyond the senses. The key is to remain internally still while externally flowing. You've declared, I am abundant. Now act as if that's true. Not by trying to force it into reality, but by aligning with the energy of someone who knows it's already so. Go for a walk, make a cup of tea, create something beautiful. Breathe. This is not avoidance, this is embodiment. The void is not empty, it is wholly potential, and your presence within it is what calls creation forth. Detachment is sacred trust. Let's reframe detachment. It's not the absence of care, it's the release of anxious grasping. You're not turning away from your vision, you're choosing to stop pulling on its roots in search of proof. The universe responds not to pressure, but to vibration. Desperation says, it's not happening. Stillness says, it already is. One disrupts the flow, the other aligns you with it. After your declaration, I am free. I am radiant. I am aligned. Let your energy soften. Breathe. Let it land. This isn't wasted time. It's sacred gestation. The becoming happens quietly, beneath the surface, beyond the senses. I am, as vibrational call and echo. Each time you speak I am, you send a resonant tone into the infinite field of creation, like striking a singing bowl in the heart of the cosmos. But just as an echo cannot be heard if you're still speaking, the universe's reply can't land until you rest into stillness. This is the sacred dance of co-creation. Speak your truth with reverence. Embody the frequency of what you've named. Surrender into the quiet beyond words. Listen, not with the ears, but with the soul. Move when moved. Follow the whisper, not the pressure. It's not about control, it's about rhythm. And the most powerful creations arise when your heart sings and then waits to hear the song return. Rituals for deepening silence. Here are some sacred ways to embody the stillness that follows your I am. Sit in spacious presence for a few quiet minutes. Let your body absorb the resonance of your affirmation. No distractions, just breath, just being. Write your I am into your journal as a sacred imprint. Then close the page and step into something that delights you. Laughter, art, movement. This joy is the water for your seed. Use gentle breath work to soothe and reset. Inhale your declaration fully. Exhale any need to force or control. When doubt arises, witness it without resistance. Place your hand on your heart and say, it is spoken. It is planted. It is becoming. This is not a passive pause. It's devotional space making. The stillness is not empty. It's preparing for the miracle. The echo beyond the affirmation. The true potency of I am lies not only in its declaration, but in the quiet that follows. The surrender into stillness where alignment begins. You don't need to plead with the cosmos. You've already spoken. Now trust. Let the resonance of your words ripple into the unseen. Let the universe respond, not through force, but through divine rhythm. It's not about convincing. It's about becoming and listening for the echo that returns when you finally let go. Mastery, the shift from identification to creation. You are not the storm. You are the sky it passes through. By now, you've danced with the power of I am. You've spoken it, embodied it, and surrendered into its quiet unfolding. But here lies the deeper truth, the threshold of true mastery. You are not the thought. You are the awareness that names the thought. And in that recognition, you unlock the sacred shift. No longer the program, but the one writing the code. No longer swept by waves. You become the still ocean beneath them. This is where self-inquiry becomes sovereignty. This is where language transforms from reaction to creation. Identity is fluid, a living choice, not a fixed condition. We often mistake long-held thoughts for truth. I'm always anxious, I'm not good with money, I never find love. But these aren't truths. They're well-worn scripts. Familiar echoes from outdated beliefs repeated so often that they start to sound like identity. The deeper truth. You are not your fear. You are not your wounding. You are not a person frozen in time. You are the one who witnesses all of it. You are conscious awareness, the sacred observer. From that sacred space, you can choose differently. New I ams, new truths, new ways of showing up in the world that honour who you are becoming, not just who you've been. Awareness transforms everything. Pause for a moment. Watch the thoughts drifting through like clouds. Some kind, some chaotic, some just passing through. But the real magic, you're the one witnessing them. Not the thoughts themselves, but the spacious presence behind them. The quiet I beneath the noise. The seer behind the stories. This is where transformation begins. Not by battling every thought, but by realising you don't have to follow them at all. You get to choose. You get to decide which ones get your breath, your energy, your truth. And in that choosing, you shift from unconscious reaction to empowered creation. The practice of conscious declaration. When a thought like I'm not good enough arises, you're met with a sacred crossroads. Absolve it or witness it. In the stillness of witnessing, a doorway opens. You can choose to respond. I see that thought, but I am not defined by it. This isn't denial, it's discernment. You are not the thought. You are the one who sees it. And in every moment you choose presence over fusion. You reclaim your authorship. From that authorship, a new narrative begins to speak through you. I am empowered. I am anchored in the truth. I am sovereign. These aren't wishful affirmations. They are living declarations, soul states you are stepping into. From programming to presence, we grew up steeped in messages like, be sensible, don't reach too far, play it safe, blend in. Whispers that shaped our sense of self before we even knew we had a choice. But awareness is a sacred disruptor. When you see the conditioning for what it is, not an enemy, but a pattern, you get the power to gently rewrite the script, not through resistance, but through recognition, through gratitude, through alignment. From that space, your declarations shift, not I am as a repetition of inherited stories, but I am as a conscious act of creation. Practices for soulful mastery. To anchor into your higher self and live as the witnessing presence, explore these soul-aligned rituals. Sacred stillness. Dedicate 5 minutes each day to quiet observation. Let your thoughts arise and pass like clouds, without grasping or judging. Notice what your mind longs to affirm and gently wait before giving it power. Reclaim the script. Each time an old I am surfaces, like I'm stuck or I'm not enough, pause, breathe, then reauthor it. I am opening to new possibilities. I am enough, even in becoming. Reflective invocations. Place truth notes on your mirror. I am awareness itself. I choose what I step into. Speak them aloud each morning. Let your voice carry the vibration of becoming. Declare from the still point before speaking your I am. Return to stillness. Quiet the mind, open the heart. Let your words arise not from fear, but from the depth of your embodied truth. Being as creation. I am is more than a mantra. It's not a technique to master, nor a belief to adopt. It is a state of being, a sovereign stance of one who remembers. I am not shaped by the world. I am a shaper within it. Let each declaration emerge from presence, not pattern. Let it echo your deepest knowing, not your passing doubt. And let your identity unfold as the living work of art, painted in each moment with awareness as the brush and your conscious word as the ink. A timeless decree. God said to Moses, I am that I am. Exodus 3:14. This wasn't merely a name, it was a frequency, a formula, a truth so vast and self-contained it required no explanation. I am that I am is not only a divine utterance, it is the spark of all becoming, a timeless decree, a soul-encoded reminder. You become what you declare. You witness what you identify. You are the cause and the reflection. Let us return now to the original point, where creation both begins and completes itself, in the eternal now of I am. The spiral of becoming, across mystical lineages, Kabbalah, Hermeticism, Gnosticism, and more creation, is not a straight line. It spirals like breath, like galaxies, like awareness. And at the center of that spiral is identity. What you declare as I am in this moment becomes that in the next. And what is reflected back as that fortifies the I am that shaped it. Round and round it goes. Say, I am not enough, and life will echo it back in kind. Say, I am whole and abundant, and the universe harmonizes to meet you there. And so the loop spirals on until you pause, breathe, and declare anew. I am the living technology of creation. I am that I am. Was never meant to sit on a pedestal of reverence. It was meant to be embodied, not an external name to worship, but a divine code to awaken within. You are made in the image of the creative source. You were born to breathe realities into being. Each I am you speak is a spark. Each conscious word, a flame. And existence itself is the ever-waiting canvas ready to ignite. This is why mystics devoted lifetimes to this revelation, because within these sacred syllables lies the primordial formula. Being births becoming. Return to the source field. Let's spiral even closer to the center. In the quantum field, everything already exists. Every version of you, every unfolding, every sacred possibility lives in the womb of pure intelligence. But what calls it forth? What tunes your experience to a particular thread of reality? Your identity. I am is the frequency key, the switch that selects, the resonance that crystallizes the version of reality you meet. It is both the point of origin and the path you return to. The alpha and the echo, the breath before thought. The declaration as the arrival, the spark and the flame, the inquiry and the knowing, the breath and the becoming. When you speak the words, I am that, I am, you're not seeking approval. You are reclaiming origin. You're not asking to exist. You are announcing existence. This is the sound of sovereignty. The moment divinity recognizes itself, creation doesn't await validation. It begins with a whisper. I am. And that is enough to begin. Embodied spiral practice, living the I am. Let this be your daily devotion, a rhythm of remembrance, anchoring you to the truth of who you are. Morning invocation. As you rise, speak life into the day. Declare the being you are stepping into. I am radiant. I am whole. I am already becoming. Midday check-in. Pause, breathe, ask gently, what I am have I been embodying today? If it misaligns, realign. Name your truth and speak it into the moment. Evening reflection. Before rest, turn inward. Did you live in harmony with your chosen I am? Celebrate every step. Course correct with love, not striving, but presence. This is not a path of perfection. It is the practice of remembering. You are not here to perform. You are here to proclaim. To remember, you are a voice of the divine, a breath woven with truth, a weaver of the sacred spiral. The final transmission. You are, I am. No one else can give you what is already yours. No need to wait, no need to seek. Every time you speak from presence, the cosmos responds, not out of duty, but because you are the one authoring reality. So speak now with certainty and soul. I am whole. I am love in form. I am the one I was waiting for. Let the spiral complete itself. Let the silence open the breath. This is not the end, it is your becoming. Enter stillness. Breathe and surrender into the luminous pulse of creation. I am the breath of the cosmos, moving through the fabric of existence. I am the light of awareness, anchoring presence into this moment. I am the pulse of creation, silent, infinite, and free. With each inhale, I surrender into stillness. With each exhale, I release all resistance. With each heartbeat, I awaken deeper into unity. I witness, whole, unshaken, boundless in love. I create, aligned, empowered, free in divine expression. I surrender, present, attuned to the pulse of Source. There is no past. There is no future. Only vastness. Only presence. Only truth. I am the stillness beyond thought. I am the space between moments. I am the silence where all possibilities arise. I am God eternal in the body. Rest here. Feel the pulse of presence. Let the breath guide you into pure awareness. Let the energy of creation rise within you. And so it is. Lahalam. Amen. Amen. There is no doubt, none, only the clear resonance of truth. The Inana System is a sacred architecture of enlightenment. It is not merely a tool, but a living transmission encoded with multidimensional intelligence, designed to awaken the soul's sovereignty, align the body with divine rhythm, and restore the remembrance of our eternal essence. To engage with the Inana System, I Am Presence Primordial Meditation is to step into the temple of your own becoming. In a world that moves too fast, the soul longs to remember. The Inana System is not just a practice, it's a portal, a return to resonance, a reclamation of sovereignty, a sacred technology for modern mystics. So what is the Inana System? Rooted in ancient wisdom, the Inana System is a multidimensional framework for awakening your I Am Presence. The Inana System offers effortless access to inner stillness and invites you into a living ceremony of remembrance. This isn't about escaping the world, it's about embodying your divine essence within it. Experience, activate, and embody the complete Inana System. Together we will share in a deep immersion into the sacred ground of primordial being, where participants will tap into their sovereign soul wisdom of love consciousness.